This is the first round of the top 8 cuts of our Cornerstone tournament in Portland, Oregon at FAB Foundry. Up top is Brenton playing Enchantress deck, and then I am down at the bottom of the screen playing a Druid aggro deck. So we're taking a look at our hands, doing mulligans right now, and then we're about to we'll go ahead and get started here. We are playing with second player Seer rules for this tournament. So second player does get to look at the top card of one of their decks and then choose whether to keep it or drop it to the bottom. So I think I won the die roll and then chose to go second. I've found that I think I prefer going second with this aggressive round just because turn 2 I can get a charge in with like a war horse, or I can respond to a turn 2 drop from my opponent with a Violimp or something like that. It has just felt a little bit more awkward going first with this Druid deck. I'm flipping back my avatar just because it was flipped for a previous game, and then I just forgotten to do it before we started here. Brenton playing a Mirror Realm to Mirror's Ruins, so great setup for him with Threshold and mana base so far. Turn 2 for me, and I believe I should have a Warhorse in my hand. That was the card that I looked at when I did Spell Deck Seer, and chose to keep that on top, just so I had a turn 2 play going second here. So yeah, Sinkhole into the center, move Tawny up, Warhorse in for 2. Brenton Drowning Spell. Tapping for a Funeral Pyre. Black Plague. And he can play that because he can play that because he got an early Philosopher's Stone out, so he gets a discount from the stone. End the turn, it kills Tawny. Not the end of the world. It just it sets me back a turn on Tawny. So I mean, I don't have Tawny available this turn to fly in on sites, but I can play a site this turn and reposition Tawny, so it's ready to go by turn 4. Spell for turn. Warhorse can move forward and attack Ruins, and I believe that's what I do just to get everything off of the Black Plague, the Black Plague aura area of effect here. Currently sitting at 2 mana, but obviously going to play a site for turn 3 here. Turn 3 site is a desert. It'll just ping itself. Doesn't have a target for Genesis. 3 mana for turn. Tawny summons the desert. I'm thinking long and hard if I have a turn 3. If I have turn 3 play here with the Black Plague still on the table. And I think unfortunately I'm just gonna have to pass the turn there. Think long and hard about it though. Yeah, I think I end up passing the turn here without a play. I might have been debating whether or not to hit the sinkhole. Hit the sinkhole early, but probably thought better of that just because there's not as much advantage to that setting them back because he already has the Philosopher's Stone out, so he's already getting discount advantage on his casts. Brenton bringing out a Poison Well, and then he played it, and then he immediately asked if he could reposition, and that's fine. He hasn't made any other plays yet. Poison Well hits for 2. He's playing a Boudica. It's an interesting choice on where he chose to play Boudica. It probably would have been better to play it back on his home site. End of turn, Boudica's gonna die, but he did. I mean, it did allow him to push in some more damage from the Black Plague. And stick the Black Plague around for another turn. Black Plague currently an animated aura minion, so I do have the option to try to get rid of it here if I need to. For 4 mana aura, so it's 4 power. So currently setting at 3 mana here. Probably gonna see a sight come down. Tawny has limited options here. I mean, I don't really want to fly it into the aura zone and leave it there and leave the aura alive. So what I opt to do is cast the Firebolts, deal 3 points to it, fly Tawny in for that 4th point of damage, and then play a sight, resummon Tawny. And then Warhorse free to attack for 2 more points this turn. I play a Boudica here, and I think that this was an error, a mistake. So I'd already spent 2 on Firebolts, and I think at that point, for some reason, like my mind just blanked, and I thought that I had 4 mana in my mana pool for the turn, and that it looks like I think it goes uncontested by Brenton. Neither of us catch that. It's a stupid mistake. I feel bad about it, seeing it on the replay here. But Boudica sticks for this turn, and then the Warhorse attacks in for an additional 3 points of damage. And then this turn, I opt to sinkhole one of his ruins, just to set him back on air threshold. Likely he only needs 1 air threshold for things like lightning bolts. Rolling a 50-50 with Boudica and Tawny. Tawny is targeted with the lightning bolt, but then he immediately follows up with a second lightning bolt to take Boudica out. Brenton passing turn back to me, setting up for my turn here. I believe... Let's see. Tapping for a sight. 3 mana for turn. Just attacking it for 2 more with the Warhorse. 3 for Colicky Dragonet. End of turn, ping 1. Colicky Dragonet, pretty far back. Pretty far back on the board there. But I don't remember what my train of thought was when I played that one. I think it was more like he has the option to play a site on his next turn and move it into directly in front of my home site, and so I just wanted to threaten to be able to attack immediately with the Colicky if he ended up doing that. And then I also wanted to get that additional point of damage in with Colicky on the projectile. Brenton, though, like playing a Valley of Delight, I think he calls air, gets out his Thunderstorm. So the Thunderstorm is what he would need two air threshold for. Unfortunately, he did catch it. And then rolling random targets and targets the Dragonet with the Thunderstorm at end of turn. And passing turn back to me. So Warhorse still all the way across the board, can still keep swinging for 2 damage a turn here, doing a lot of work. Tapping for a bonfire. Yeah, Warhorse getting the 2 points in. 4 mana. 3 for kobolds. End of turn, kobolds will strike for 2 more. So at this point, I think I'm just trying to race him down here. The Thunderbolt really puts a turn timer on me. Brenton clearing board with a Poison Nova, which is unfortunate for me. He's going to use the cast from the Poison Nova to animate Thunderstorm. Use Thunderstorm to attack the site. And then I believe random roll. Random roll into turn here. Because it has to roll against itself because it's now a minion. It ends up going to the Druid. So Druid ends up taking 3 points of damage. The Thunderstorm is a problem just because it can potentially continue to animate and represents potential of like 7 points of damage in on his next turn. If I leave that there, it is currently animated, so 4 power body. Opting to go ahead and disintegrate it to get that out of the way. Tapping for a site. Summoning Tawny from that. And then passing turn. Brenton at this point, I think running out of gas. I don't think he has that many cards left in his hand. Tapping for a Funeral Pyre. And I think technically we skip banishing cards. Just neither of our cards have any recursion effects in them, so the banishing and the cemeteries matters less. Swiven Scout, Red Caps. I think he cleared his hand But he just dumped his hand with those pieces. Currently I'm sitting at 5 mana. And at this point, I believe... yeah, he's out of cards in hand. And at this point, I believe I flip Druid on this turn, just because that's an easy solution to the red caps. And then I just have to deal with the Swift Scout. Yeah, so flipping the Druid to get Brune. Unless he has some way to increase the damage output with the red caps, the red caps are going to be forced to attack, and Brune is going to defend to eat them. 5 mana for the giant to attack for 4 with charge. Brenton choosing to defend with the Swift Scout. We had a brief conversation here about whether or not Tawny could intercept if he chose to defend, and I mean the answer is no, because you can't do that unless it's a move and attack ability, and intercept is not a move and attack ability, or the defend is not a move and attack ability. So yeah, he defends with the Swift Scout. Swift Scout dies. Tawny moves to the funeral pyre. Brenton not getting the top deck that he needs. Ruby Core does absolutely nothing for him. This is one of the reasons why most players are a little down on the cores unless they're in like specific decks, like sorcerer decks where you do need the mana, and you do have card advantage, like card draw. Just because when you draw it at the mid to late game, and it represents a dead card for you, it feels really bad and is not what you want to see. So the giant gets in to bring Brenton to the door at this point. He's got a Saracen Raider, but it's not gonna do enough, and it's not gonna prevent him from getting dealt the final point of damage at the end here. So a pretty quick game. It was a fun game. I do feel really bad about catching that play error on the playback here. Although as I recall, like Brenton also made some play mistakes throughout the night, and I think this was like sixth game of the day. We were all getting pretty tired, especially at this point. So that was the quarterfinal rounds, and we'll move on to a match from the semifinals next.